And here it is, and I will show it to you. So the guy put the bomb in the car. The couple who own the car don't know about the bomb. They get in the car. Okay, and then I'm not going to show you all of this, but they drive. You see them driving through the streets. And then right about middle through, we see this couple right here who are walking. And the car passes them. And then we see them continue to walk. And they walk past the car. And the car starts to come back out again. And they keep walking and driving, and then they stop here at this is a border crossing between Mexico and the United States. They're both there together, the walking couple and the couple in the car. The walking couple walks away, the couple in the car drives off, and then we see the walking couple kiss, and that's the end of that shot. And then we ask, what will happen next? So what do you think will happen next?
The car will explode.
The car will explode. How many of you think so? Okay, most people think that, and that is the correct answer. The very next shot is the car exploding. Okay, so that means, again, you guys have very good understanding of this film at a high level. Okay, you have a good event model for what's happening in the story, even though there was no words. Okay, so we have experimental case study number 2, using the Touch of Evil film clip. And now this is from this paper that just came out last year with John Hudson is the lead author on that. Okay, and so we tested the same 2 main alternative competing hypotheses. The event model hypothesis, that the event model directs eye movements, and the tyranny of film hypothesis, that everybody looks at the same places at the same time, so there's no chance for the mental model or event model to direct eye movements. And we use that opening shot. And by the way, how do you think that the event model might change eye movements? If the event model is going to direct people's attention, well, I'll actually, let me hold that question for just a moment, and let's look at the use of the jumped in the middle paradigm again. Okay, and this time in the context condition, they see the movie from the very beginning, they see the bomb, and they see everything afterwards. But in the no context condition, they don't see that. They start watching the movie when the walking couple is by themselves on the street. Okay, they didn't see the car, they didn't see the bomb. Okay, so the bomb is only seen by the people in the context condition, and the walking couple in the no context condition are treated as the protagonists, or the agents, the people who are doing things that are important. Okay, so when we ask them what will happen next, you can guess people in the context condition are much more likely to talk about the bomb exploding, and not the people in the no context condition. They're more likely to say something like, well, I think that the walking couple maybe will have dinner with the people in the car. The couple in the car. That's a very different understanding, very different event model. Okay, so what differences might we find in eye movements? How about for the people who know about the bomb? How might that affect their eye movements?
They'll pay more attention on the car.
Right. Why?
Because we know, well, we think that the car would explode.
Right. Exactly. So if you know about the bomb, you're probably going to look at the car a lot more, right? Because every time you see the car, you're thinking, oh my God, is it going to explode? Is it going to kill the walking couple too? Is it going to kill other people, right? If you don't know about the bomb, who cares about the car, right? And especially if you treat this walking couple as the protagonists, you don't even know about the people in the car. So they're not important to you, okay? All right, so for our experiment, we had 193 viewers, so we had 96 viewers per condition, okay? And they watch the clip while their eyes are tracked and they answer the questions at the end, like what will happen next. And our key question was, will attentional synchrony eliminate the effects of comprehension on eye movements? Our measures, we had the inference. Did they mention the bomb when we asked them the question? What will happen next? And in the context condition, 50% made the inference. So half of the people in the context condition said something about the bomb. Okay, the other half did not. We think this is because this was a 3-minute and 30-second film clip, and you only see the bomb at the very beginning. And then you don't have any reminder of the bomb for the rest of that film clip. So some people, they're seeing all this other stuff, and they seem to forget about the bomb.
How about sound? Did you allow them to hear the sound? Because there is ticking noise.
Actually, there's no ticking noise, but, well, there is at the beginning. There is at the beginning. You're right.
Yeah, and then the woman in the car says that there's this ticking noise in my head.
Exactly.
Or something like
That's
that.
right.
Yeah.
That's right. So in the first experiment, which I'm not showing you, we had the sound. And in the second experiment, we didn't have sound because we didn't want to remind people if they forgot about the bomb and then they heard the woman say, there's this ticking noise in my head, then they might be like, oh yeah, the bomb. But if they had forgotten about it, then their eye movements would not have been influenced by it. But then if they remember it right before the end, they might say, yes, I think the bomb's going to explode. And that would mess up our analysis. So, and we did actually do another experiment where we found, we measured people's working memory, that is their short-term memory, and the people who said something about the bomb at the end, who saw the bomb, had higher working memory or higher short-term memory than the people who saw the bomb but didn't mention it. So we do think that they probably forgot. That's, I think, why the other 50% did not say it. And then in the no context condition, 0% did. Nobody said it. So that's a big difference in comprehension. It's not surprising, but we just wanted to have a big difference in comprehension. And then we can see what happens to the eye movements. And so with the eye movement data, again, we will break it down by if they did or did not make the inference. And then we also will look at fixation durations. And that will tell us in reading, if you are reading and you don't understand a word, you look at it longer. Okay, so your fixation duration is longer. So that can tell us if they're having a hard time understanding or easy time understanding. And then attentional synchrony, and then also attention, eye fixations to the car, which is what was just mentioned. Okay, that could be a big difference. So let's look at the fixation durations first. This is the no context. Here's the context who did not make the inference, and here's the context who did make the inference. And here is how long the fixation durations were in milliseconds. And we see there's a difference here between no context and the context who made the inference. Okay? So basically what this is showing is the people who didn't have the context are having a harder time processing the movie clip than the people who did. Okay? And now we have the gaze similarity, and I showed you the same thing in the previous experiment, so you now have an idea of what this is. So here's the gaze similarity. This is over time in the movie, and we have the groups, context who made the inference, context who did not make the inference, no context, and then the random, this is the random baseline. Okay? And what we see is, if we look at this, it's going up and down, but the colors aren't very differentiated here. Okay? So basically, we have similar levels of attentional synchrony. But all of them were higher than the shuffled random baseline. So this is much lower. So this is real attentional synchrony. It's not random, but it's not differing between the context and no context groups, or if they did or did not make the inference. Okay? So their understanding is not changing their attentional synchrony. Okay? And now here, this is the proportion of car fixations. So we measured how often they fixated the car. And this is from the beginning of the video to the end. This is the very beginning when the no context group started to watch the movie. And if you compare over this whole time period, you can see that they're very similar. Okay? So there was no difference. It was not different. Okay? So overall, we had no difference in the fixations of the car. However, there was a small difference. And that is right here, the first 8 seconds, when the car first appeared for the people in the no context group. And so right there, we actually are finding a difference where in the no context group, they're not looking at the car very much. Okay? That was when the car was parked and the walking couple walked past it. Okay? The people in the no context group, to them, that's just background. So they don't really pay much attention to it. But the people who'd been watching from the beginning, who knew about the bomb and also treated the people in the car as protagonists, they are watching it much more. Okay? So, and so we call that the agent effect. Okay? An agent is somebody who does things. Okay? And they're treating the people in the car as agents rather than as background. Okay? So,